Hey there, sports entertainment fans. How are you folks? It's me, the Cheeseburglar. It is Friday, June 16th, and we are here for this week's Smackdown Synopsis. I cannot believe that it's only 2 weeks until Money in the Bank. I feel like Backlash just happened. Um, but I like that. I like the energy of feeling like there's always another PLE like right around the corner. So a lot of stuff to talk about tonight from SmackDown. I feel like a lot of it is stuff that didn't necessarily happen while wrestling in the ring. So let's get into it. Leading off tonight with the tag team gauntlet. I loved the promo for this last week. I love the idea of it, like bringing all these SmackDown teams, have them run the gauntlet, fight each other until one team's left standing. To see who gets to face KO and Sami Zayn next for the tag team belts. Loved it. Didn't think we were going to just be like, boom, right out of the gate with it. There we were. So we start out with the Brawling Brutes, represented here by Sheamus and Ridge Holland. My guy Butch was not in the ring, but he was ringside. He was watching the action. Anybody else hearing that they're going to make another push, another solo push for Butch? Is Pete Dunne? I would love to see that. It's always so funny to me to see Butch in the ring and Butch out of the ring because he looks like two completely different people. Anyway, the Brutes start out against the Street Profits. I was a little bummed by that. I really like both of those teams, and I was like, well, crap. One of them is going to get eliminated right away. I really usually I enjoy watching the Street Profits because I like to watch Montez Ford's agility. He's on the ropes, he's flying, he's acrobatic. And tonight it seemed like Dawkins was the guy doing a lot of that work. Not bummed by that at all. I was glad to see the big man doing his stuff out there. Pretty quick win there by the Brutes. Would have liked to have seen more of the Profits, but what are you going to do? Second in to face Sheamus and Ridge Holland was the OC. Oh, third to face the Brutes. Yeah, I know what I did. Third to face the Brutes was the LWO. It was a fine match. My partner was all about the LWO. Fine match. Brutes won. And at this point, I'm looking at who's left, and I'm like, shit. I hope Sheamus and Ridge Holland go all the way because the only team left that I really love is Pretty Deadly, and they're not going to win this. Next up, Brutes versus Hit Row. Does Hit Row only book squash matches? Because I don't know that I've seen any of them, individual or tag team, go more than like 30 seconds in a match. So it was mercifully short, but I'm wondering, like, what's the deal with Hit Row, you guys? Somebody let me know in the comments. Which brought up Sheamus and Ridge Holland versus Pretty Deadly. So, I'll tell you a thing. The first time I saw Pretty Deadly doing a promo, it was a backstage one, and they were interviewing other teams for ideas about stuff, and they introduced themselves. And I was sure that the blonde guy said his name was Elvin Prince. And since then, he has been the Elvin Prince to me. I know that's not his actual name, but he looks like one, and if the name fits. So anyway, we've got Sheamus and Ridge Holland versus Pretty Deadly, featuring the Elvin Prince. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what? KO and Sami versus the Brutes, like that's just a good, solid match. And I can see the Brutes actually maybe coming away from that with the belts. KO and Sami versus Pretty Deadly, that's a fun match. Like that's just a good time. I love Pretty Deadly style. I think they're just so much fun to watch. Because not every match has to be super serial, you guys. Sometimes you can just go out and have fun in the ring and still make good sports entertainment out of it. Shockingly, yes, boy, Pretty Deadly comes out of that with the win against the Brawling Brutes. They're going to go against KO and Sammy at the SmackDown before Money in the Bank for the tag team title belts. I love KO and Sammy. I do. But right now I'm thinking maybe the Dandy High women get a little momentum. Maybe they can make something happen. Based on the way they ran away like little bitches when KO and Sammy went to confront them after the match, I'm thinking not, but stranger things have happened. I did love KO keeping his shit in check until Sammy was like, "No, man, let's just go punch him in the face," and he was like, "Yeah." I love their dynamic. I wish I had started watching them sooner in their tag teamery. They are a lot of fun. So that was the tag team gauntlet. Then we had the mixed tag team match of AJ Styles and Michin versus Karrion Kross and Scarlett. This was kind of a why match for me. I don't fully understand Karrion Kross and Scarlett's gimmick. She reads the cards tell them who to beef with. The cards said go fight the OC, so they did. Do they do everything the cards say? As my mother would say, if the cards told them to jump off a bridge, would they? I don't get it. Highlight of that match for me was Scarlett trying to seductively mesmerize AJ Styles, and AJ Styles pulling off his gloves and being like, "I'm married, bitch!" I don't love that he punctuated that with bitch. I don't think that this is a woman he's acquainted with in that sort of friendly repartee sort of a way where you can call each other bitch. So otherwise, not a great look, but I love the message of it, which would have worked just fine. That's kind of what she is. But that's me niggling. AJ Styles calling Scarlett a bitch ranks nowhere near comparison of the human rights violation of doing a premium live event in Saudi Arabia. I swear to the gods I haven't been drinking. I'm just tired and my tongue is not making the words come out right. Next, Zelina Vega versus Io Sky. They're beefing before Money in the Bank. Zelina feels like she has been underestimated and disrespected. Io wants to fight, and Bayley's egging her on. This was a fun match. There was a lot of energy. I loved the little exchange they had early on with roll over pin. I expected to see more rope work. I feel like Io and Zelina are both great, especially off the top rope. They both fly. They kind of soar around the ring. But there wasn't a whole lot of that going on tonight. With two queens of the air, why not? So I was a little bit disappointed in that. But then Bayley's ringside. Bayley, why, man? And then Io's got to go over and yell at Bayley for 30 seconds. Why, man? Have neither of you ever watched a wrestling match? Do you not know what's going to happen here? Because I'm kind of new to this, and I knew what was going to happen here. Needless to say, Zelina capitalized on Io yelling at Bayley. Zelina wins the match. I have no problem with that. Good for her. I look forward to seeing Io and Zelina again at Money in the Bank in a couple of weeks. I don't know if I'm really feeling that much love for Bayley, and I usually do, but I just feel like there's a lot of fuckery surrounding Bayley all the time, and it's a little bit exhausting. I think they might be pushing Io into sort of a solo thing, and she's going to leave Damage Control. But then I worry about Bayley a little bit, because if Io breaks with Damage Control, and Dakota Kai is going to be out for a while still with this injury, Bayley's going to be really kind of lonely. So yeah, what the fuck, Bayley? Come on, be better. And then a couple of other things that happened. Rey Mysterio comes out. He intros Santos Escobar. They're all about that LWO energy, which I love. LA Knight comes out, he takes a shot at Rey. Santos takes exception to that, defends Rey. Escobar and LA Knight fight. Cool, whatever. Why is LA Knight so over? Somebody explain to me. He's good on the mic if you like dicks. I understand he's a heel. I understand that's part of the persona, but I don't feel like he's bringing anything to the table except for dick. Phrasing? Somebody's going to take that out of context. If what you want is dick on the table, then LA Knight's your guy. Yeah, I don't get it. I like heels. There are other heels that I like. He just feels really one note to me, I guess. I feel like Austin Theory is very much the same shtick, and he doesn't feel so one note to me. And I don't like Austin Theory particularly, but it's not just dick on the table. Then my boy Cameron Grimes is doing a promo backstage, and Baron Corbin has the audacity to attack my boy Cameron Grimes backstage. So they've got a match set, I think, for next Friday. We're not going to continue to have Grimes squash Corbin. Eventually, Corbin is going to win. And I hate that. I hate that that's going to have to happen, but it's going to have to happen. But until that point in time, I hope that Cameron Grimes continues to send Baron Corbin to the moon, because I love Cameron Grimes that much. Let's see what else happened backstage. Shotzi has beef. Shocking. Specifically with Damage Control. She challenges Bayley, with the stakes being Bayley's Money in the Bank seat. Bayley was like, interesting. Whoa. And Io Sky helping Bayley, just like Bayley helped her against Selena Vega, accepts on Bayley's behalf. So now next week, Bayley's going to fight Shotzi for Bayley's the Money in the Bank seat that Bayley had already won. I don't feel like that's going to go great for Bayley, you guys. I don't know. What do you think? As much as I'm kind of like with Bayley right now, I would really hate to see her lose that to Shotzi. But I just don't know where Bayley's head is at, so I guess we'll see. What else? So again, we saved like the last 20-25 minutes of SmackDown for the Bloodline. I am not mad about that. Or as we say finally in this week's Will Jey Uso Continue to Be Roman's Bitch segment. So Roman makes his entrance. Okay. Bro. Triple H just 2 weeks ago gave you this nice travel belt so that your wise man doesn't have to carry 2 belts around all the time. And instead of leaving the 2 belts at home and just carrying the nice new shiny belt, you're going to pimp all 3 on SmackDown. So now I think, like, this is a Pokemon thing? Are you just trying to get them all? So I'm fully expecting maybe after Money in the Bank, he's going to try to get a quick booking against Austin Theory and Gunther, beat them all, and then just go full Thanos with all 5 belts. I don't know what else to do with the guy at this point. I caught Heyman lip syncing with the announcer on Roman's entry, and I was like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. And the reason I knew that was so embarrassing is because I realized I was fucking doing it too. And I'm mortified, but I will admit that to you, sports fans, sports entertainment fans. The Bloodline, man, I'm eating it up. I am. I'm not going to lie. I feel like it's been going on for, 3 years now, you guys? And it doesn't seem like it's getting old and people are getting tired of it because it just keeps getting fucking better. It's so good. I I want to be Paul Heyman's facial expressions when I grow up. Man, he knows where the camera is. He manages to get in the shot. He's just got the right expression for everything, every time. And Roman's like, this is not your wise man. This is not the Bloodline's wise man. This is my wise man. And the gratitude on Heyman's face. And he's just like, I love you, my tribal chief. And I was like, me too, man. And then telling Jay that the only person that was against Jay being Roman's right hand was Jimmy. And then Jay going at Jimmy. Is it just me, or do you guys get like physically fucking stressed and tense when Jay is like, Jay starts pacing with the mic in his hand and his head starts going, and then my stomach starts to turn a little bit, and then I'm just like, oh, my asshole gets a little bit clenched. I'm like, oh Jay, what's going on? What are you gonna do? Please tell me it's not just me, or this would be my second large embarrassment this week. Jay's yelling at Jimmy, and Jay starts using government names. Whoo, lordy. That's when I was like, oh no, when he's like, Joshua, don't do this, Joshua. And I was like, oh God. And I was just like, Jay had me. He had me. I thought he was gonna walk back across the ring and like stand at Roman's right hand, or he was gonna be like, nah, like fuck all y'all. I'm just gonna go be main event Jey Uso, which would be fine as well. And I feel like I should know better. I feel like I shouldn't have gotten fooled by that, but I did. I was so bought into it. And yeah, and then he just turned around and he's like, and I'm out too. And it was like, oh shit. My neighbors have to think I'm crazy, right? Because they're like, you know what? Every Friday night at like 8:30, 8:45, this bitch starts yelling, and I don't know what. Some quick observations from that, the chaos that ensued after that. I feel like the Uso super kicks are maybe like plus 10 power when used against family, because it doesn't seem like an Uso super kick really levels anyone else like they level Solo, like they level Roman. It's like they're powered up against family somehow. I don't fully understand all the D&D mechanics behind this. I'm sure someone will tell me. Roman sold the fuck out of that second kick. Holy shit. It was like they just kicked his dinner straight out of his asshole. That was insane how well he sold that. It was fucking beautiful. Again, Paul Heyman's face. I want to be that. Scrambling to get out of the ring, having a full panic attack. So I guess the next question in all of the one, I feel like Jimmy and Jay still have some stuff they have to work out. I don't 100% know that they're solid. Like, the bond of sharing the womb with somebody, that's strong, right? Twins, like, that's a magical superpower. But I still feel like they need to have some convos and kind of figure out where they are with each other and what they're doing and stuff. I think they'll end up okay. I think the Usos will continue to be the Usos. I don't think they're going to split. I could be wrong. I was wrong tonight. And then the other thing I think is, who pays the price for this? The Bloodline's done. It's dead. Roman's not just going to say, like, well, I guess that's that, guys. Like, someone has to pay for this. And if Jimmy and Jay aren't part of his equation and they're not susceptible to his daily bullshit, then it's Solo or it's Heyman. And best I can tell, Roman's still a little scared of Solo. So I don't know how this gets taken out on anyone but Paul Heyman. They said someone's going to have to suffer for all this going down. And I don't know what happens if Roman decides maybe his wise man's not that wise, and maybe his counsel hasn't been great. Worried a little bit for Paul Heyman. So, that's all I've got for you guys tonight. I will see you next Friday, which will then be 1 week before Money in the Bank. In 2 weeks before Money in the Bank, we'll do the Smackdown synopsis. We'll also kind of do the Money in the Bank preview because it looks like there are some interesting matches shaping up for Money in the Bank this year. So I will see you guys next week. Until then, I'm out, and you're out too.